Hi everyone, Shannon here with Mixed Media Minnesota. Welcome to my video. Today we are going to work again on our art journal cover. We created this cover in the previous video using our kit for Mixed Media Minnesota. This kit is sold out. This was the January kit by Stamperia, the Atelier d'Arts. We're going to be using that in a minute. But this video we're going to try and finish the cover. So if you remember, we used a lot of like paint and gesso and stuff on here, and then a bunch of the chipboard pieces. And this little bugger that I was trying to glue down still popped up, so I gotta fix that later, and we'll get it down. But now today I want to work on the backs, getting those finished, and possibly the closure. So we're gonna set these aside, and we know that these are 6 by 9. I believe I better check again. 6 inches by 9 inches. So we're gonna cut our felt 6 by 9. Let's see here. Okay, so if I line this up on my grid here, and we need 6 inches. Let's do it this way. Okay, that's easier for me to see. You guys probably can't see, but I'm just measuring 6 inches here. And we're just gonna cut that. Okay, now we need 9, and we need 2 of these. So I'm gonna go here. Let's see here. Just line it up on my grid here and go 9 inches. 6, 7, 8, 9. So okay, so there's one piece. And now we need this one to be 9 as well. I've never used felt in a journal, but it's fun to try new things and use different things. So, and I have a bunch of felt in my stash, so why not use some of it? This came with the kit, but I have a bunch. Okay, so now I'm not going to glue these on there yet because I want to make pockets on these, and I want to stitch on this before I attach it to the cardboard. I just wanted to make sure that they fit fairly good here. Felt stretches a little bit, so when you're playing with it and stuff, it'll move a little. But okay. Alrighty. So what I was thinking of doing is, out of the paper pack, I like this one. There's sayings and they're, different directions and things. And I like this one, on the back too. So I was thinking we could do diagonal pockets on the front and then the back. And so we're going to set these aside. And I'm going to grab my big cutter here. And I don't know how tall I want to go, so I'm just going to cut it at 9 for right now, because that's how tall, the journal is. So let's just go 9. Okay, and we know it's 6, so we cut this in half to 6. Okay, so now we have to decide, do I want to use this side or do I want to use this side? And I think I want to use the words. I mean, I like both sides. So if we did this one like this, we would get the butterflies on there. And then if we cut this one this way, this one is not really directional, so I could flip this upside down and go this way as well. Well, let's just cut it for the side, and then we'll decide when we look at it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to cut it from corner to corner. I want this to be in my front, in the front cover here. So I'm just trying to line it up on the, the blade cut here, kind of from point to point. And we could probably just use, if we did, now that one is upside down. But that would have been neat to do that top part. But I don't want things to fall out of the bottom, so. So if we didn't want to use 2, we could do, what did I do? Okay, here. And this doesn't, yeah, that doesn't work. we're just going to cut them both. I can use them, you know, in other pages as well. So let's see, from corner to corner here. And I want to stitch this on the felt, so. But we need to decide which ones we want to use and then how tall we want them, because I don't know if we want them to be the full height of it. Okay, so let's see here. We have our front and our back. So I'm wondering if we want to go in a little bit with them, which I think I do actually, so the pocket's not right to the edge. So then what I'm going to have to do is cut it down a little bit more, but I kind of do like the full height of it, I think. Let's see, I did want to use these butterflies on that side. I'm going to save this one because I like the, you know, this corner here. So now I think we're just going to go ahead and we're going to use those two. Okay, so I'm going to save those. Now again, like I said, I'm going to need to cut those down. I don't want them cut down very far, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball this and try and maybe take like a ½ inch. They're not going to be exactly straight because I'm eyeballing like that. So then if we just line this up on there as well. Could have just cut them together. That would have probably made more sense, right? Okay. Hopefully that's enough. Okay, yep, I like how that has a little bit of the felt border there. And that one as well. Okay. So, I think I might want a little piece of lace or something on this edge. And so I'm going to want to sew that on here before it's on the felt. But let's just go ahead and I'm going to grab my fabric scissors if I know where here they're at. And what kind of... Would this be fun? Let's see. I have some of this. And they do squish pretty flat. Not 100% sure if I like that one yet, so let's see what else we're going to grab up here. You know, I think, let's see. I have, let's see. Maybe something like this. Or if we want it like this. I think I like this one better than this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut these. Hope you guys are all doing good. I am. It's definitely winter in Minnesota, that's for sure. It's really cold and windy, and we did get some snow. And now it's all blowing drifts up. And FedEx is supposed to be coming, so I keep going out and shoveling. And I could just reshovel every 15 minutes because it blows right back in. But now it's going to just wait a minute. So that's when he'll come now, I'm sure. You know, that's how it goes. When it doesn't look like I did it at all. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to just stitch around these, and I'm going to stitch that on. But we're going to need to go ahead and ink these. And I'm just using my walnut stain, distressed walnut stain. The lace is going to cover this, but if you see underneath of it, I want it to be inked. So, and we'll ink this side, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and sew these, and then come back. Then we'll come back and decorate and attach them to our covers. And then I have some little corners I want to put on that cover so the cardboard doesn't get ruined, you know, from handling it. It'll just strengthen it. Okay, so there we have that. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I stitched around these. I just did a zigzag stitch over the lace. We have our pocket, and then I just did a straight stitch around the edges here. Okay, so now this one goes with this one, and this one goes here. So we have to get these glued on there, and then we have to punch out our holes. So we're going to start with this one, and I'm just going to use Fabri-Tac. And I'm trying not to stretch the felt, so I think I'm going to add the glue actually on the cardboard here, and I'm going to try and get way to the edge. If you guys can hear that, that's the wind outside, and it's blowing all the snow. You can hear it blowing up on the windows in my studio. It's one of those blustery, cold days where you go outside and you can't catch your breath. It takes your breath away. Okay. I'm going to try and hurry and get before it starts drying. Okay, and I don't have to worry about the felt. It's not going to show through the glue lines. So just try and get it on here before it's dried. Okay, and just follow that. And just kind of press it down on there. And then, okay, I thought there might be some we have to trim, but it looks good, I think. Okay, so we're going to set that one aside, dry a little bit, while we do this one. Again, I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to add the glue right to the edges. If I were just using a thinner fabric, I would use my silicone brush and just kind of wipe over these glue lines here so that it doesn't kind of, you know, bleed through. Make sure we don't have this upside down. Okay, that's right way up. Start in a corner here. The bottom looks good. Without stretching it, I'm just kind of trying to press it down. We're going to flip that over and push on the back. I'm just going to try some Fabri-Tac in here. It's being stubborn. If you hear my little buddy's here, he's upstairs playing and running around, probably with the doggy or the other kids. So if it gets too loud, I'll have to shut it off. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm just going to use, let's see, I have a marker here that might be, you know what, I don't even have to, because I don't know how well this is going to work, but we're going to attempt to just punch through the same hole that we had through the felt, and I hope it works. I'm guessing I'm gonna have to trim it. Okay, so it kind of worked. One thing about felt is that it's a little forgiving, so you can kind of move it around if you trim it, you know, punch it crooked or something, or it doesn't, if it peels up. probably, you know, that punch is just, I think I got that punch at the dollar store. And it's probably a couple years old. So that's probably why it's just not punching through on this one side. Because it wasn't as hard to punch through as the cardboard. Hard feeling, I guess. Okay, so we have those ones. Now we're going to do the same thing on this one. Now I just said that on the other one, and now this one feels way harder to punch. Okay. Alright. Trim these off, and then we'll be done with that part. Okay. Alright. So we have that. Now I have these corners that I want to put on it. And so I just have a little nose plier here. And I just put a little bit of Fabri-Tac in here. Not a lot, but a little bit just to kind of catch it. I don't want it to seep out, so I just kind of smear it in there. And then we are going to go ahead on the front part here and put that on there, getting it tight in the corner as we can get it. And then I just flip it over. And I think I got these on Amazon. I'm not sure. I don't think they're the Tim Holtz ones. I think they're just another, I think they're just, I don't know. I don't think they're the Tim Holtz ones. But then I pinch that down, and it really pinches into the felt. So there we have one. Now we're going to continue doing that for all of the rest of them here. And we're going to do the front and the back covers. See, the felt kind of does buckle under there, so I'm just going to try and move that with my finger here and then squeeze it. I'm okay. It's okay if it does a little bit. I'm okay with that. Okay, get that extra glue off of there. Okay, so I think I'm going to break here and I will finish the rest of these there. It's just the same thing, doing it off camera. Let's do one on here just to see what, how the corrugate, you know, how it works on there. I'm guessing it's going to squish it a little bit. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I get it tight in that corner. Okay, just give that a squeeze. Okay. I kind of now wish that I would have moved these all the way to the edge so that I would have caught the top of that, but that's okay. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue in here, and hopefully it'll get itself held down. I might actually put a clip on there just so that it gets a firm, the corner gets firm on there, but we did want to see it first. Okay, yeah, that's just fine. And it strengthens that up a little bit. So let's go ahead and clip this. And I'm going to go ahead and finish, you know, doing the rest of the corners off camera, and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, and we have all 4 of the corners on there. And, I think they work just fine. So we have the front and we have the back. And now if you see, okay, these are kind of bowed a little bit. And what I'm going to do is before I put my rings on them here, I'm going to put them together and I'm going to put them under a couple of encyclopedias and they'll kind of flatten. It's not horrible, and once we have the pages in there, you're not going to notice it anyways. And then when we do get the pages in it and we do put the rings on it, my plan is to tie a bunch of seam binding, silk and ribbons and different things, you know, around the rings here as well. So it's decorated on this side. So I don't really want to wrap around closure, but I have this seam binding here, and I'm going to cut it in half. I do have more of it, but this is the length that came with the kit, so I'm going to see if we can do it like this. And then if this is going to be long enough to just tie a bow, I don't think it's going to be. Okay, we'll try it. Maybe it will. Okay, but what we need to do is I'm going to use this template that I made because I want my closure to be directly across from the middle ring. So I'm just going to mark it out, and I'm probably just going to do it on the back. And I did not think that through, did I? Because now that's going to go through the pocket. Bummer. I think it'll be okay. I just don't want to punch through the thread. So my closure is going to have to go in a little further, and our pocket won't be as deep, but it'll be okay, I think. So using the back here, then grab a pen so that I get them the same distance. That's going to go right through the thread, I think. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to line it up on the edge of the edge of our cardstock in there, and I'm going to put a dot in there, and that's going to be where we're going to punch. I'm going to go ahead and punch it right now so that I don't, well, we'll just get this one marked first here. And now my closure in the pocket here, I have to do the same thing. So we're going to go right on the edge of that pocket, lining up the top and the bottom, and I'm just going in so that I don't hit the thread. Okay, I need to save my template here. Okay, now I used the big punch on this, and I hope I can reach. I'm gonna have to move this guide back here. I struggle with the guide here on this. Okay. Now, here we go. See if we can wreck it. No, I'm kidding. I hope not. Oh boy, it doesn't even want to fit in there. I do have that big one, but it would be so nice if I could get this in there. I'm just going to try and muscle it in there. So the felt can kind of squish a little bit here. Okay, I think I got it right there. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we got our hole punch there. I got a layer of it stuck in there. Poke that out. Okay, and one more time here. Let's see, that is our spot. Oh boy, this one might be a trick. And I can't see, so now I gotta get the fuzzy felt and the other stuff out of there. Okay, let's try this again. I'm afraid I'm going to hit the chipboard on the other side. I'm just trying to wiggle it on here, and hopefully we can, yeah, hopefully we can get that far. Oh boy. Where is my mark here? We're going to be close. Okay, we did it. A little bit of that felt. Okay. What color do we want our eyelet to be? Why am I feeling like I did something wrong here? No, this goes this way. Yeah, no, we should be fine. Usually I don't put my closures in that far, but I think we're just going to use black. I need to get some more eyelets. I keep saying that and I always forget. any of you have, where have you guys ordered your eyelets from? If you share a link with me. Because I don't know where to order them or what the size is called, or I don't even know. What am I doing? I need that. Okay. I hope this is thick enough now to go through all of this. I never thought about that either. I hope so. Otherwise, we're going to have to figure something else out. I think beans is corrugate cardboard, and I can pinch it down. I think I will be able to catch it. Well, we're just going to try it. It kind of popped down through that. I think it'll be okay because it's going to be through felt and cardstock and everything else. So let's just try it. And I'm just going to push it down from this side to try and get it to pop up through the cardboard. Sorry, I know I'm off camera here, but pinch it really tight. Okay, that's not very pretty, but it works. So that's what that's gonna be. Okay, now attempt the same thing here. See what I mean? It doesn't reach, so I gotta really push it into the corrugate to get it to come through, and then when I'm punching it, I have to push it up because it'll go back through as soon as I let go. Okay, pushing it up through there. Give it a squeeze. Again, the same thing happened. It's not that pretty, but it's gonna work. Okay. Anything goes. We want this one to be messy, grungy, whatever, so it works. Now, on this side of these, I was going to go ahead and put hole reinforcers too. Not that it's really going to do anything, but just for another, you know, just kind of decorate it. Let's see if I have any brown ones. I just have them over here. So white ones. So what color? What color should we use? Should we just use our walnut stain? That's what we've been using for our ink. I think that's what I'm going to do. It's here, handy. Okay, so then I just take this, and now I do need a book page under there. And it's just a makeup brush. I think I got this one at the dollar store or something. And these little hole reinforcers, I just get them at the office. At an office store. I think Walmart even has them, maybe. But I like to put them on there, even if they're not really for, you know, structural purposes. I just like the look of them. And you can ink on them. You can blend colors on the, or not ink, stamp on them, blend colors on them. You can do all kinds of stuff with them. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and just ink something on it, just so we get a little more texture on it. I'm gonna grab, let's see. This is just laying here. It's always the one I go to. I just want some text on it, so, well, this one might. And I just use my hand and however which direction. So you're only going to get a little tiny bit of that on the, you know, each one anyways, so. Okay. So we're going to put that back, close our ink. And this is just stays on permanent ink in black. Okay, so let's go ahead and add these on there, and I think my hands are so full of glue, I might as well get more gluey. They are sticky, however, I do want to add a little bit more stick, you know, so to them. So I'm just gonna rub them on my, it's really warm in my studio because I had my heat on in here, and it's like I said, when it's cold and windy out, it just wants to run. So my glue is all melty. I'm not gonna put these, well, maybe on the inside. I don't know how well they'll work on the felt, but we might try it. But see, isn't that neat? It just kind of gives it that finish. that finished look. Okay, so trying to just not goop it off. Okay. These little holes, the pack of them, there's a lot of them in there, so I mean you could just sit down and make all different, whatever color ink you have on there, and then you have them ready for you to use. So, okay, do we try it on here? I think maybe. I don't know if it's gonna stay. Oh, let's try it. It's okay if it's messy. This is kind of a grungy, messy journal, right? So try it on this one. Now I know this hole here isn't perfectly cut, you know, but once we get the rings in there, it'll be okay. It seems to be sticking on the felt. I mean, obviously it'll move a little bit, but we could have used like Fabri-Tac or something too. It's just these are so small and I have chubby fingers, and so it doesn't work well for me. Okay. So there we have that. Okay. Let's go ahead and see that they will not work, I don't think, on these. These two would, but I don't know about this one. But I think we do need to add them just because we have them on here. So let's see what happens. Gonna put them on the ones I know will work on first. Ugh. I was holding on to glue, not that. Okay, now here is the one that might be tricky, but I think I might just push it down in between the cord. I don't know, we'll see. Kind of does itself, I guess. I'm going to leave it just like that. I think it'll be okay. Just going to hold it for a second. Yeah, that ended up, it worked. So, okay. So there is our, let's see, our cover. Now let's just try and loop these through. I don't want to put the rings in it yet, because like I said, I want to put this under a couple encyclopedias for a little bit, and then we need to make our pages and that kind of jazz, and I don't want to have to undo those rings 100 times. So okay, now I might go ahead and add, you know, longer ones. I don't know if these will be long enough, but I like the look of it on there. So we'll get the back here. So I don't know if you'll be able to tie those lengths in bows. In a bow, I guess, not bows. I was wondering how I would like it because, you know, my closures are in a little further than I normally do, but it's okay. I don't mind it. Okay, so let's see. Let's just pretend it's together here, and let's see. It's definitely not going to be long enough when we have pages in it, so I'm going to have to put a longer one in there. But you get the idea. So, and then it'll have the rings with, you know, some more of this tied on. That's what we'll use this for. We'll tie knots on these. So there we go. There we have our cover all ready to go. And I'm happy with it. I think it's turning out, you know, pretty neat. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.